To begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Kill. You got tight. You got tight.
On 2nd and goal. Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11. From the gun, Jackson. Roberts has it. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Seth Roberts there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the toss, it's Gurley. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Nothing too fancy there, a simple toss left, but for whatever reason, the defense, they didn't seem ready for it.
Let me continue on with your thought right there, because after the play was over, I kept my eyes on the defenders. Watch them get off the ground, going back to the huddle, shaking their heads and kind of pointing to each other like, what just happened there? I think you were onto something.
That one 28 yards on the ground.
How about that, partner? That's a gutsy run, a physical run, an explosive run, and he's inside the 10-yard line now. I don't know if you hand it to him again on this play, but make the defense.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And an alley to run. Just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 74 yards. First and goal at the 1-yard line. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards. His 2nd touchdown of the night as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. At the 35-yard line.
We go, Salah, 180. Value 1.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Salah, 180. 36.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the run.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now it's gone. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Looking for Woods that time.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Jackson. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Domata Peko just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 17. 17. 17. Just like that. Check 15.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll
try a handoff right with Gurley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Go, Todd. 20. Check. Shit.
They try right side here. Gurley. Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley. 62 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry now for Justice Hill. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On second down, Ingram. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Alert flare. Check.
On second down, it's Ingram trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Third and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. To throw is Jackson. Throwing on fourth down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. This is Ingram on first and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. On second down now, it's Ingram. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? They run. It's Hill going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their own 11. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
You got it! You got it! You got it! 2 for 1! Like 20! Maverick! Got 4 now!
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Set, cut! 54! Mike, 54! I got him! He's checking! Let's go! Right!
On first down, Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go! Get set!
Jackson now. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson in the run. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Aaron Donald, his 2nd sack of the night.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Jackson rolling to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
SOS. Shift.
They're running. Ingram. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now Jackson will look to throw it. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Hey, kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Off on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Gurley. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think? Maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything is looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick, and they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Again, they run with Gurley. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Check. Lucky.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Gone. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's one heck of a third down conversion, a pickup of 39. On first down, it's Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Goff now looking to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT, and they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Mike, 20.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Go! First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
40. Hold on. Check. Listen.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Looking to throw on second down. Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Out to his left. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Jackson. Forced out to his left. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 40 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they... Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the interception, here's Jackson dancing to his left. It's caught by Roberts. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
58, come on. I got it. Undercross.
They'll run here with Edwards. At a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Edwards. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Here's Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Got some room at the 30. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Now it's Edwards, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Flushed out right, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume. Jackson now, throwing on 3rd and long, buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. JoJo Natson back deep for the Rams. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He sets to fire. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but yeah, let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again, sliding out of the pocket. It's brought in here by Willie Snead, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Aaron Donald. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On 2nd down, it's Hill. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 10.
Joker. Switch it, come on, switch it. Check 9.
On 3rd down, here's Hill. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Here we go with Hill. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The tackle there by John Johnson. From the 31, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. He'll They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Let's get to some Hall of Fame talk while we have a second, because last week we mentioned the 15 guys that we knew were going into the Hall. 5 added: Isaac Bruce, Steve Hutchinson, Edgerrin James, Steve Atwater, and Troy Polamalu. You think about it, CD. For Polamalu, it was his first year of eligibility. People knew he would go in. Atwater was his 16th year. He had to wait a long time.
He certainly did, and I often wonder about the psychology of it all, because when you're young in your career, meaning young retired, right, these things mean something to you. But I don't know if they hit with the same impact as it will for Steve Atwater. 16th year. Now, I think Steve would like somewhere to be a happy medium. Maybe the 8th year would have been a lot better. But the bottom line is, the older you get, boy, imagine the emotions running through there, the validation. Probably haven't had the applause in a long time. That's going to come back to you now. Troy Polamalu, he essentially stepped off the field and into the Hall of Fame. But it doesn't matter. Bottom line is getting there. Congratulations to all.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Goff. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On 2nd and 9, Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. If they can't come up with something here, they're looking at a quick 3 and out.
Well, guess what? You get the ball in the hands of your best player to his favorite play and try and salvage something out of this drive. Now, of course, If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're thinking the exact same thing.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Running right, this is Ingram. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this work?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Clay Matthews, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they...
Robert Woods got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 73 yards. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Ingram, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Jackson being chased out left. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 78 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
Mike 20. 4 now. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 40 touch.
On 2nd and 9. Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
180. Tell you what. Watch a slap. Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
They go play action here on first down. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
20. Hey, shell.
From the red zone now, gone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. On 2nd down, Ingram. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Steps away to his left. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Jackson throwing again. Forced out to his left. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Under 10, 10. He's checking. Crash.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Man, that's trash.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Ravens push further out in front. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, That's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If he'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Slam. Switch.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Buying time to his left. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Jackson, blitz coming, and down he goes. Samson Abukum in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Fourth down, here's Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Samson Abukum. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On first and goal, Gurley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.